Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where we pay tribute to the greatest pro wrestling manager of all time and one of the most entertaining people to grace us humanoids with his presence, the great Bobby the Brain Heenan. It's Lost the Midcard. Welcome to our No Mercy review show. It's going to be short and sweet. Both Matt and I have been under the weather this week, hence no preview show earlier in the week, so we're going to keep it kind of short and sweet, talk about the pay-per-view, set the table for what's next on the Raw brand, and send you on your merry way, and hopefully we'll both be feeling a little better come Wednesday for our next show. But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and any of your favorite podcasting apps. If you haven't done so already, please search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, every Thursday and most Mondays after a WWE pay-per-view. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube, and the links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/LostInTheMidcard. Go to the notes section. They are there. You can also find them on our pinned tweet at LITMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of tweets from the wrestling world that entertain us. I am your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at RawF Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, what's going on, man?
Oh, man, not a whole lot. Yeah, I think I'm doing better than those people that paid money to sit in the Staples Center tonight to watch that clusterfuck.
Yeah, I've seen so many differing opinions. I've seen people enjoy the show. I've seen people absolutely hate the show. I've seen people in between. It's weird. I have not seen a diverse range of people with their opinion on the show. But those that are listening on our Twitter account, they did not have. They had one range.
Yes.
We'll get to that in a little bit. I
love our listeners.
We're not going to cover the headlines. We're not going to catch up on anything. I don't think there was anything worthy.
There's really nothing of note to even talk about. It has been a very lackluster week.
Yeah, a lot of little things, but let's mention one thing, though, that kind of came across over the weekend. Have you heard any updates on Jeff Hardy yet?
That's a great question. I have not heard any updates other than what's being reported. I don't even know if it's 100% confirmed. He could just be, out there, and they're being precautious with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have not been told by anybody that he has like a full blown injury that's going to keep him out for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Maybe he does, but if he does, nobody that I've spoken to this weekend has brought this up in a point of conversation. And normally, when injuries occur, that's a big talking point. It's not something that I've heard. I'm not saying that it's not accurate, but I can also maybe say that I don't think it's as bad as the website who's reporting it says it is.
Yeah, and rumor is that Jeff may need surgery on his shoulder, but obviously we have not, as Matt just said, had any confirmation on that.
Yeah, I'll do some talking. I'll talk to some people before we record on Wednesday. But from the people I've spoken to this weekend, nobody brought this up as a topic point. Mm-hmm. So I really don't think it's as serious as that one website that reported it is making it out to be. They have a habit of getting some things wrong more than they get right.
Yeah, so we'll find out what happens there and update you if we need to on the Thursday show this week. The only other major thing that came out, besides the passing of Bobby Heenan, was Paige is now back at the Performance Center. Is she on the Raw brand, technically?
Dude, she was drafted to Raw in that little Raw thing. I'm hearing she's coming back blue.
Okay. I was wondering.
This is one thing I was told. I was told that when Paige returns to the main roster, she'll be with the SmackDown brand.
What was making me wonder was on Raw Talk, Bliss was talking about how she took out the whole women's division tonight, so I was wondering if that set up the stage for Paige, or are they just got their Asuka right in there at TLC?
To me, they clearly set up a Mickie James feud with Bliss until they put Asuka in the title picture.
Yeah, I figured they would put Asuka...
I think Bliss and Mickie will be a one and done,
yeah.
And Asuka wins the title at like Survivor Series.
Yeah, Asuka will probably kill Alicia Fox or something at TLC.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they're going to feed to her. I think it would be a shame to feed Nia Jax to her, because I think Nia over the last two and a half months or so has really started to click.
Yeah, she looked good today.
And come into her own. She is a far cry better than what she was, like, say, around WrestleMania time. Like, she's so much better now.
Yeah.
I always said, I felt like if she just had a little bit more time in NXT, that she could have come up and been so much better. But I think the time that she missed at NXT is catching up with her now, and I think she's becoming really good.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope they don't choose to feed, Nia to Asuka, which they could, because I would say Asuka probably gave Nia's best match in NXT before Nia was called up. I'd say her and Asuka probably had Nia's best match down there. But I wouldn't do that. But at the same token, I don't know who else to give to Asuka. Maybe she doesn't even wrestle. Maybe she just debuts. But to me, that would be silly. So I mean, dude, I'm an idiot. They're gonna feed her. They're gonna feed Emma.
Emma, yeah. Well,
it's gonna be Emma. Dude, I don't even know why I didn't think of that. It's gonna be Emma.
Yeah.
They're gonna feed Emma to Asuka. And that's going to be that. And they had great matches in NXT. Emma and Asuka worked really well together. So I mean, that'll be good. But I can't believe I didn't even think of that until now. But that's totally what's going to happen.
No Mercy tonight, live from the Staples Center, Los Angeles, California. The pre-show saw Elias against Apollo Crews. Again, the crowd is enjoying themselves some Elias. As to nobody's surprise, Elias defeats Apollo because, well, Elias is getting pushed a lot heavier nowadays.
Apollo. There's another guy who could have used a lot more time down in NXT.
Well, I mean, he never even had a feud in NXT, did he?
No, he had that mini feud with, like, Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
And, like, I felt like he was just starting to find a character down in NXT, and then they yanked him up to the main roster.
Yeah.
You didn't need to teach him anything more as it came to his in-ring wrestling ability.
No.
But in terms of developing a character and his mic work and everything, he needed more time down there.
Yeah, he did.
And it just kind of sucks.
The main show kicked off with The Miz, and wow, what a reaction for The Miz by LA, huh, Matt?
Yeah, he was kind of getting like the babyface reaction.
Man.
It was kind of weird, wasn't it?
It was a pop. It was insane. Axel and Dallas alongside with him. And a guy that did not get a pop was Jason Jordan.
Dude, the face experiment for this dude is done. It's over. It's done.
Miz is, Miz has just been amazing. I might have to nominate Miz for the marquee nomination for Wrestler of the Year. I don't know if he's quite at Wrestler of the Year category, but I think he might have.
Couldn't hurt. It's an honor to be nominated.
I think he,
as they say,
the work he's done this year. In last year too. I mean, he's put together a good, solid 2 years almost, or a year and a half almost. If we go back to WrestleMania last year, I mean, he turned a corner when Maurice came back. So,
yeah, I'm kind of really curious to see how he handles himself with her, at home being pregnant.
Yeah, and I'm wondering.
It's good he's got Bo and Axel with him, but I think just Maurice takes him to a whole nother level that those guys just can't do.
Yeah, and that's probably why they did this Miz Teresh thing. Miz probably told WWE a couple months ago, and so they They had a little backup plan for him. But yeah, LA was way behind the Miz here. Pretty decent match with these guys, and to nobody's surprise, the Miz Taraj gets involved, and the Miz Taraj gets involved with the finish. With Dallas on the turnbuckle, Jordan knocks him down. Jordan rolls up Miz, but the ref was checking on Bo Dallas instead for some odd reason, because, well, you know, refs are dumb sometimes. Axel punches Jordan right in the face, and that sets up the skull-crushing finale for the win after 11 minutes. What'd you think of this one here, Matt? I thought it was okay, but I never thought, there was not really a near fall moment here for me. The match result was never in doubt for me here, Matt.
You know, my biggest takeaway from this match is that Booker T doesn't pay attention.
There's a few times
because he did that. Jordan did that double bridging suplex thing that he's done on Raw for like every week for like the past month.
Yep.
And he does it to Miz tonight. Booker's like, I've never seen that before. What the fuck have you been doing, Booker? Sitting there picking your damn nose? Fucking picking your ass? Like, what the fuck you doing at the commentary table every week? He's been doing this on Raw every week for the past month. I've never seen that before, dog. Shut up. Just go away. Like, this is the same idiot who didn't know what 1916 was in the next match.
Yeah.
Like, do your homework or get out of the booth, Booker. Like, Jesus.
He always says some weird shit.
He's a dumbass, dude. Like, we already got rid of JBL, so that's one win for the commentator teams everywhere. We need to get rid of Booker next.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people could say what they want about Otunga, but at least that dude's competent.
Yeah, and Saxton's gotten a lot better, too.
Oh, dude, I like Saxton a lot. I think people rag on Saxton for no reason. He's a lot. He could commentate circles around Booker T.
Yeah. It took a while. I mean, there were times
SmackDown's commentary team is so much better than Raw's.
Yeah. But at least Corey Graves is on both, so...
Thank God.
Yeah.
He's the glue that holds everything together.
An oddly timed interview. Renee Young's in the ring interviewing Jordan, and...
That was weird.
And wants a rematch because he doesn't respect The Miz because he cheated and whatever. And when it comes to The Miz, you suck. It's like, okay. But
not as bad as your promo skills, Jason.
But Booker, with a little chuckle out of me, he goes, "Get to the back of the line, kid." Commercial for Hell in a Cell. They promote Owens and Shane O'Mac. Later on in the show, they promoted the tag match. Tag match is going to be Hell in a Cell too, right?
What tag match?
Or the tag team title match? Usos New Day. That's Hell in a Cell too, isn't it? Or is it?
They haven't announced that yet.
They sure teased that tonight, but
I have not heard that.
I heard it's a possibility that it's going to be in the Cell.
Dude, see,
they've never had it for the title.
I'd much rather have Jinder and Nakamura in the Cell.
Yeah.
Because that keeps the Singh brothers out. You know, it's actually a match stipulation that actually makes sense. The Singh brothers have to be on the outside of the Cell so they can't interfere when Nakamura battles Jinder.
Well, the Usos always complain about the third guy with Xavier Woods, so
I don't think they need the Cell.
I think it's
I definitely think it should go to Nakamura and Jinder.
I think it's that type of feud that just it finishes in the Cell, so I think that's where it fits. And I mean, you could have it's a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. You could have 3 matches. That's fine. You can space them out. Next up is Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and Matt mentioned the gray look on Balor. The gray.
It was like, dude. At first, the first thing I noticed was the jacket, and I was like, man, that jacket looks weird. And then I noticed his entire attire was in a different color. I'm like, interesting.
Yeah, Balor accidentally bleached his black leather jacket, turned it gray. Before, as Balor's taking that gray jacket off, Wyatt attacks Balor, sends him into the barricade, beats him up on the announce table. Referees check on Balor, walking him up the ramp, and Wyatt gets on the ring, and talks some shit, and Balor does a 180, takes off his jacket, goes in the ring, and we got ourselves a match finally. I thought these guys did a hell of a job here. I thought it was a real entertaining match. It's a feud that I haven't really gotten behind.
I'm so glad it's over.
It just never clicked for me. But this match here I thought was pretty good with these guys. I thought it was a good story to tell and great action in the ring. I thought these guys brought it. The tail end here, Balor hits his running drop kick, sends Wyatt into the corner. Another drop kick into the corner, goes up for the coup de grace to get the win after 13 minutes. Matt, what were your thoughts on that match with Bray Wyatt?
That I'm very happy the feud is over. And I really thought like the entire beginning segment of that match was completely unnecessary. It made Wyatt look like a bigger pussy than previously, because you got the jump on him, you hurt him, and you still couldn't win.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm so happy this feud is over, and if I never see Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt in the same ring again, it'll be too soon.
Did you like the match though?
I thought the match was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like they work well enough together. I don't think they do. I don't think these two do anything special together in the ring. Like I don't think any of their matches I've seen that I was like afterwards going, wow, that was a great match. And that's not a knock on either guy. Just some pairings of guys don't gel together very well. I don't think Bray and Balor gel very well.
Asuka's video shows and confirms that she's going to be at the TLC pay-per-view on October 22nd, as we are now in that nice run of pay-per-views every other week, Matt. What?
Yeah, there's too many, dude. There's too many. I just realized, like, 2 weeks from now, Hell in a Cell, but 2 weeks from then, TLC. I'm like, oh my god.
We're
gonna have to decide ahead of time. Maybe we'll have a poll. Maybe we'll put a poll up on our Twitter page and ask the fans which post game they'd rather us do, Hell in a Cell or TLC. Because quite frankly, dude, I only want to do one.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need to be doing 2 post shows a month, because when we record 3 days later, it's kind of redundant. So, guys,
I'm thinking probably
we're going to put up a poll sometime this week, and we'll ask you which post-event show you'd rather us do, and we'll do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm almost leaning towards Hell in a Cell just because it's SmackDown, and
I'm also thinking the same thing, because I do like SmackDown better than Raw.
So we'll see how the cards start to shape up for TLC, and if maybe do a short show like we are tonight. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Sheamus and Cesaro interviewed by Charlie Caruso, and that sets up the Raw Tag Team Championship match. All this talking about Ambrose and Rollins, when are they going to turn on each other? I kind of thought maybe something weird was going to happen tonight, but nonetheless, Tag Team Championship match. Probably my favorite match of the night was this one.
Yeah, it was easily the best match of the night. You can make an argument for the women. But I would say this and the women's match are probably the best matches of the evening.
Yeah, and you and I disagree on Cena Reigns. We'll get there when we get there.
Dude, I really didn't think it was good, man, and I wanted it to be good. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But first off, Al for Cesaro,
huh? Yeah. Speaking of which, JB, can you look at your Facebook right now? You need to look at the picture. Lost in the Midcard regular listener Marcho posted and tagged us on Facebook. He took our Cesaro Lost in the Midcard image and
knocked some teeth out.
Well, now that image is missing a few teeth. So yeah, I just I thought I had the need to share that, and it's
that's hilarious.
It's pretty freaking ridiculous.
Okay, so So Cesaro, like, basically,
like, it seemed like he did it to himself. Am I wrong?
He got super kicked, and then he like face planted in the turnbuckle, right?
Yeah, like I feel like the face plant in the turnbuckle is what caused it. I don't think Rollins did it. Like, I could be completely wrong, But I think the face plant in the turnbuckle's what busted his mouth open.
I think so.
Like, I think he went to oversell and he got hammered on it.
Oh, and God, it looked brutal,
man.
It looked nasty. Oh, and then Cesaro and Sheamus took a picture backstage and put it on Twitter. That was gross. Gross.
Pretty brutal, I must say.
But that was only halfway into the match, so props to Cesaro for finishing it. Pretty good stuff here. I mean, Jesus. Like, it looked like they were gonna replay the spot where Rollins does a Hurricane Run off the turnbuckle and Cesaro and flings Cesaro into Sheamus as he's trying to set up the white noise. But instead, Cesaro holds on to Rollins, Sheamus completes the white noise, and then Cesaro power bombs Rollins onto Ambrose from the turnbuckle. I thought that was a crazy sequence right there. And Sheamus went for a brogue kick and missed, and actually Ambrose just collapsed and got the roll up for 2. I when he collapsed, I'm like, I bet he's going to small package Sheamus, and he did. I thought that might have been the end of the match too, the small package.
I'm glad it wasn't.
No,
I hate
felt
the
like
small package finish, especially in title matches.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
It just felt like it because you know who's running the show.
Yeah, we'll talk about him later.
Sheamus accidentally hits Cesaro, knocks him out of the ring. That leads to Rollins with his Kenny Omega ripoff, and then the Dirty Deeds for the win after 17 minutes. They still have not named Rollins' finisher. That might want to get around.
I've heard them call it the knee slayer before.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've heard it in passing, so I mean, I don't know if it's like the official name. I could have sworn I've heard the commentators refer to it as the knee slayer before.
Not a terrible name.
You know, like the playoff of like the King Slayer T-shirt that he had.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like official, but I could have sworn I've heard the commentators call it that before.
So I think that was my favorite match of the night, best match of the night there.
I'd say that. I'd say that, and the women were my favorite matches of the night.
And the women are up next as Fatal 5-Way for the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss, your champion, taking on Emma, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax. We didn't record this week, Matt. So what were your thoughts on adding Bayley to this match last minute?
What the fuck?
Okay.
That was like, what was the point?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she took the pinfall, right?
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess you added her to take the pinfall. Like why bring her back and have her take the pinfall? Bring her back after the match. Like I don't understand it. I felt Emma was in there to take the pin. You know, I mean, good for. I'm sure Emma was thrilled that she didn't have to do the JOB on the PPV tonight. But
Yeah.
I didn't understand it.
Well, I guess she was supposed to be in the title match at SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, but I just thought it was really weird. Like, hey, I'm back on Raw. I do a few moves, and I'm all of a sudden in this title match on Sunday.
Yeah, it might have helped maybe if Angle was on camera saying.
They didn't even it was like a commentary announcement.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like Bayley was backstage with Kurt, and Kurt's like, you know what? I'm gonna give you your shot that you missed at SummerSlam. I'm gonna add you to this to make it a 5-way. Like anything, you know, that would have made more sense. It was really weird. Very, very weirdly booked. Like I didn't mind it. I thought everybody. Sometimes Fatal 5-Ways can be a really big clusterfuck, but I thought these ladies handled everything very well tonight. I thought everything looked really good. Everybody got in good spots. And, you know, like I said, like as soon as I saw Bliss win, I'm like, all right, so she's the one they're feeding to Asuka. Because I feel like if Asuka was going to SmackDown, I think Nia would have won the title tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're hot potato in the title on Raw as much as you are already, you don't want to put the title on Nia just to then have Nia drop the title to Asuka. So I think that's where the whole situation lies. I think Bliss is just keeping that title warm for the Empress of Tomorrow right now.
Yeah, I predicted Nia to win the match. So we first thought, maybe Emma. What a surprise! But
it would have been awesome. I'd have liked to have seen her get the upset win. but it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, as time went on and as we got closer to the pay-per-view, I thought Nia was going to win this one. Because I didn't think they would. I figured Asuka would go on a tear, destroy some jobbers that aren't even, just local jobbers even, just have her built up and maybe her first title shots at Rumble or Mania or something. I didn't expect it to be already. Maybe it will be. And I mean, shit, she had the NXT title for 500 days. She's never lost in NXT. So maybe they are going to do the right thing with Asuka and shoot her straight to the top. So we'll see. Great spot. Tower of Doom, unique little spot where, first, who was it that first tried? I think was it Emma that tried to powerbomb Nia Jax by herself?
I think so. I think it was Emma, and then she got help.
And then I think Bayley. Yeah,
Bayley helped her on the outside, and Sasha and Bliss double drop kicked her.
Yep.
And then Nia kind of landed easy on her neck.
Yeah, she dropped.
Just
she took a couple of bumps. Then she took another bump where she was going for the shoulder tackle and the turnbuckle and ran into the ring post and tumbled to the outside. So Nia's probably going to be a little sore tomorrow, but she did well in this match, as we said earlier. Some good stuff there. Emma actually got on a roll and got some offense in and hit a double running corner splash of her trademark move. So kind of looked like Emma was on a little bit of a roll for a bit. Banks then put in the running knee to the face by Banks, and 2 count as Bliss makes the save when Sasha pinned Emma. Banks then puts the backstabber into the bank statement on Bliss, but Bayley broke that up. Bayley hits the Bayley to belly for a 2 count. Banks covers and is covered. Bliss then takes care of that. Nia Jax gets back into the ring, sends Bayley into the turnbuckle. Leg drop on Banks for a 2 count. I thought this was when Nia was going to start to clean house, but Emma makes the save on the leg drop, and that was when Nia charged at Emma and hit the ring post and tumbled to the outside. Bliss then sends Emma out of the ring. Hits the DDT on Bayley, which I said on Twitter, Michael Cole forgets that's her finisher because he didn't even crescendo that was the end of the match or teased it at all. He just called there's a DDT. Oh, and she wins. So Cole hasn't been watching the show either, Matt.
She needs a better finisher. I loved the DDT when I was a kid. But, I mean, everybody does the DDT now as, a transition move for the most part. And the people who use it as a finisher at least do some kind of modification to it, like the way Drew does, the Future Shock DDT.
Yeah.
The regular plain old DDT, not a finisher in 2017. It's just not.
Yeah, and Twisted Bliss, looks cool, but there's not really much impact to it, so it's like...
Yeah, she needs something new entirely. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what. Maybe a submission hold or something, but she needs something better than she's got now.
Because that Twisted Bliss, it's like having a fireman's carry for your finisher.
But
I knew you would love that one. Alexa Bliss still your champion, defeating the odds, and then my echo goes off. Thanks.
We almost went through the entire segment without that.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Commercial airs for the New Day and Usos at Hell in a Cell. And
I must have totally missed this commercial.
And then they show a clip of No Mercy 2005 when Batista took on Eddie Guerrero. John Cena, Roman Reigns time. Babyface pop for John Cena, too, by that LA crowd. And a lot of boos for Roman Reigns. So, I enjoyed the match. I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty good. What about it did you not like, Matt?
I just didn't think it was a good match. Look, I said it on Twitter, and I'll say it again. John Cena ain't Big Match John anymore, because Big Match John hasn't had a good match since the Royal Rumble with AJ Styles. You can't point to me at one. You can't point at one match to me between that match and now, and point at one match where John Cena had a great match since that match with AJ at the Royal Rumble. That was John Cena's last great match. He's not Big Match John anymore, and I don't know if it's because he's part mentally checked out and he's just going through the motions because he knows his time is coming to an end with the company or what. But he was not impressive tonight, and he hasn't been impressive in many months now. So, if you're not putting your full heart and passion into the match, and you're just going through the motions, just don't come back until you're ready to come back.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I thought this was a pretty good match. It was pretty solid from top to bottom, I thought. How many times were you getting ready to throw your remote at the TV on the first, second, and third, and fourth AAs?
At no point was I ready to throw a remote at the television, but I would have most certainly thrown my hands up in disgust. But no, this was one time where I knew WWE was going to do the right thing here, and they did. Not so much in the main event, but I knew they were going to do the right thing here.
He hit that third and then went to the fourth. Like, are they doing this Bobby Roode finish? And no, he hits the fourth AA. Oh shit! Reigns kicks out of it. But then Reigns only hit Cena with one Superman punch and one spear, and that was it. So maybe now it's Super Reigns instead of Super Cena.
People have been calling him that for a long time, so that ain't nothing new.
That's true. Post-match, stare down with Cena in the ring. Cena raises Reigns' hands, says something to him. Reigns nods and goes up the ramp. Cena sits in the ring. And crowd starts cheering him and giving him an ovation and all that stuff. And
Cena says, "Fuck all of you. I'm a dickhead."
Gave the kid a sweaty armband that he's been sweating on for half an hour. So there you go. Cena has iterated on the Edge of Christian podcast this week. He's not retiring, but as you heard from Talking Smack, he's going to probably slow down. So, Kurt Angle in the office talking about how great No Mercy is, and then the Miztourage and Miz show up, and Miz says he wants to do a special edition of Miz TV with an exclusive interview with Roman Reigns. There's so much buzz about him. And there were rumors about Roman and some of his old buddies. And Angle says, that's a great idea. And as a matter of fact, it'll kick off the show tomorrow night. So before Monday Night Football kicks off, you can see what happens. Okay, right? So there you go. Are they teasing us Shield and Miztourage towards Survivor Series, Matt?
God, I hope not.
I'm feeling it.
That would be terrible.
I'm feeling it.
I am not feeling it.
I'm feeling like that's where they're going.
Okay, I was gonna say, dude, I'm not feeling it at all.
I'm feeling like that's where it might be going, but
ugh, I say unto thee.
We'll see. Vic Joseph comes out. Michael Cole and Booker T exit because it's time for the Cruiserweight Championship match. Neville, Enzo, Amore. Interesting match. It was not really anything to write home about. Neville basically in control for most of it. And then Enzo grabs the title, and that gets Neville's attention. And then Neville gets the referee the referee gets distracted. Enzo kicks Neville in the nuts. Literally 30 seconds before I tweet, is Enzo going to cheat to win here? And then Enzo, literally, it was 30 seconds or a minute, and then Enzo kicks Neville right in the nuts. Right in the ding-ding for our buddy Steve Carino for the win, and your new Cruiserweight champion, Enzo Amore, and holy cow, the internet went off. So did about everybody in the Cruiserweight division. I saw some tweets from Drew Gulak, Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar.
Mike Johnson tweeted, he's quoting himself from earlier. He says, "Wrestling is great when it's fun. Hope everyone is paying attention to that." And he quoted his tweet and said, "Then the last two matches happened." Yeah,
Matt, you said you were laughing your ass off on Enzo kicking Neville in the ding ding.
I was laughing more at the result, than the nut shot.
Yeah, what was funny about it for you?
Just because everybody was losing their fucking minds, that this title changed. And this is look, I like the Cruiserweight division a lot, but there's a lot of WWE fans who literally couldn't give two shits about this division at all. And now all of a sudden they're so up in arms that Enzo's the Cruiserweight champion. Well, maybe if you guys cared about the division to begin with, Enzo wouldn't have had to be Cruiserweight champion tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, these people are talking about this division more now than they ever talked about it before. So,
winning.
Pretty much.
Lesnar, Strowman. I thought it was good, but Strowman and Show was better.
So much better.
Yeah, I thought this was
not even close. This match was lackluster.
I thought this
in every sense of the word.
I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining. I was entertained.
It was way too short.
Yeah, it was way short.
It really dropped Strowman's monster persona down a few ranks.
Yeah, the thing I didn't agree with was one F5 to pin him. I guess you're selling the Germans as part of it. I don't know. If it took 4 AAs and you still couldn't beat Reigns, I think it takes more than one F5 to beat Strowman. But I thought up until that point, I thought it was all a pretty solid match. Like I said, not great, just good. And then that finish was.
I didn't like the booking of the match at all, especially when Lesnar gets the Kimura on Strowman, and Strowman gets to the corner and grabs the ropes, and the referee makes absolutely no attempt to break the hold whatsoever.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that there were rules.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
At first, I thought this was going to be like a Goldberg moment, and when Strowman hit his finisher 2 minutes into the match, I'm like, oh.
I was hoping, honest to God, I was hoping for a Goldberg moment.
Yeah, I thought
that's exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Because I went into Goldberg Lesnar thinking there was no way in hell that Goldberg was going to win that match either, and when they did, and it surprised me, and I thought it was great. And I was hoping they would do the same thing here, and they didn't. They gave me exactly what I thought I was going to get, and I hated it.
Thanks to everybody that voted in our poll at LATMC Podcast. How would you rate No Mercy? Over half of you said D or F. Whoops. 53% D or F, 27% C, 18% B, 2% said A. I give it a solid B-. I thought almost all matches were, except for the Cruiserweight, were solid. I thought solid to good matches. I was entertained throughout the night, so I still give it a B-. Booking drops it to a B-, obviously, on some of the things. So I thought the action was. I thought it was an entertaining night of wrestling. I enjoyed.
Dropping the big D on it, brother.
You're doing a D, huh?
Big D.
Yeah,
and the only thing that didn't make it an F was the women's title match and the tag title match.
What about tag team wrestling this year, man? We've had some great freaking tag matches, haven't we?
Yeah, dude. Triple H is a big proponent of tag team wrestling. Vince hates it. Triple H is big on tag team wrestling, and it has really done. It's gotten quite a resurgence this year with Triple H, pushing forward to work. Tag team wrestling is some of the best wrestling in the world when you allow it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince just normally doesn't allow it to be. But I thought there was good stuff in there tonight.
So where do we go from here? Who do you see up next for The Miz?
I don't know. Clearly, they're doing something with Roman tomorrow. Like, I would take the title off Miz and put it on Balor. But who knows? Look, maybe if Jeff Hardy's injury is serious, maybe they put Miz in a feud with Matt.
That'd be cool.
Let Woken Matt Hardy establish himself as a single superstar while Jeff is away.
Wonderful.
And let him win the Intercontinental title. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I honestly have no clue what they're gonna do.
What's next for Jason Jordan?
A heel turn.
Yeah, a heel turn many months too soon. Probably. I'm sure they probably thought
a lot sooner than they planned, but it needs to be done now.
So we got Finn Balor possibly with The Miz. We got possibly Matt Hardy with The Miz if Jeff's out for any period of time.
Like I said, you can't count out the fact that they might be doing something with Roman and Miz.
Yeah.
With Lesnar, occupying the Universal Championship till God knows when. The Intercontinental title is the top title on Raw. And if they choose that they want to put that title on the big dog, well, they might be putting the title on the big dog.
Yeah, with a big match against John Cena, maybe big win against John Cena, maybe that is the next step for Roman Reigns.
Yeah, maybe.
What about Bray Wyatt, man? I mean, there are times where it looks like they're finally doing right with him, and then there's times where he's just pissing in the wind. What do you do with Bray right now?
Dude, I'll be perfectly honest with you, man. I can't remember the last time I've cared so little about Bray Wyatt.
At this point, let's put him in a feud with Elias.
He went from being WWE champion 10 months ago to an absolute, to me, he's an afterthought right now.
Yeah.
Just an absolute afterthought. I don't care. And it sucks. It sucks for him. But they've done it to themselves. This is what Vince's booking does to people. And Bray, when I see Bray on my TV, my eyes kind of glaze over at this point. And it's nothing about him. It's just the way he's been booked, and it sucks. So, but nothing you can do about it.
Hopefully Cesaro heals quickly.
Yeah, let that dude have the week off.
Don't
put that dude back in the ring for a while.
I think Miz was able to come back from something like that very quickly, so I think Cesaro will probably bounce back pretty quick. But yeah, give him the week off. I think the next logical step is the Club feuding with Ambrose and Rollins. They were already kind of a three-way feud.
You're the one that said the Miz Taraj idea, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they're going to dive into the Miz Taraj thing,
that kind of makes it really interesting for the Shield reunion.
Well, if they want to do a Shield reunion, that might be the only thing that's going to save Roman from getting booed right now. So they want to put the Shield back together, put the Intercontinental title on Roman, let Dean and Rollins have the tag titles for a while. They want to roll like that for a bit. I don't think anybody's really going to complain.
We already talked about I still think the Club maybe gets the next shot, but if they do Miz Taraj and intertwine the Shield, we'll see what happens there. We already talked about Alexa Bliss. Is this the time to turn Sasha and have her and Bayley feud while neither one has the title?
I feel like the title needs to be involved for either one of those women to be validated in a heel turn. So I would say no.
God,
but I don't know. Look, we can't discount the fact that there's going to be a roster shakeup before Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So just because somebody looks like they might be on a dead end on their brand right now, doesn't mean they ain't jumping brands in the next month. I feel like Kevin Owens' time on SmackDown Live is on borrowed time right now. I totally feel like Kevin Owens is coming back to Raw.
I think Jinder's going to Raw
after
too.
Hell in a Cell, and I would not be surprised to see Jinder moved over to Raw as well. They need heels over on the Raw brand right now to work with their with their guys, and they're low on top tier heels on the Raw brand right now. And Kevin Owens and Jinder Mahal would definitely fill that need. So yeah, I could definitely see them both coming over in the shakeup.
Looks like John Cena's probably taking time off for a movie or whatnot, so he'll be gone for a little while.
Several movies, from what I hear.
Do you have Neville win the title back on Saturday, as I saw someone say on Twitter?
On Saturday?
Yeah, that's the same amount of days as it when he lost, or because he lost it, he regained it like 6 days later or something like that.
Oh, I think Enzo's holding that title for a while. I really do. I think you're going to see a new title tomorrow.
Yeah, they were teasing that on Talking Smack or Talking Raw.
Yeah,
Raw Talk or whatever the fuck.
You're probably going to see like some kind of leopard print championship or some shit tomorrow. Like I think you're going to see a brand new looking cruiserweight title tomorrow night, with Enzo on Raw. So we'll see. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm kind of thinking that's going to happen.
What do you do with Strowman now?
Ain't that the $1 million question? That poor guy. I don't even know. Like lightning in a bottle, and Vince craps it away. Do you know what this? You know what this reminded me of? Ryback, CM Punk, Hell in a Cell.
Oh yeah.
When Ryback had all the momentum in the world behind him, and they shoved him into that title match, and they didn't let him win, and then they didn't let him win again, and they didn't let him win again, and they browbeated him down to the point where they turned him heel the following year. Like, yeah. I really, that's what tonight's moment felt like to me. Like they had lightning in a bottle with Strowman, and once again Vince squanders it.
I bet you they feed Bray Wyatt to Strowman. I bet you that's next.
That would be that's a weird feud.
Well, they used to be aligned, so.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, I didn't really think about that, but yeah, I guess.
When's Lesnar deciding to defend the title next time?
Fucking knows. Probably Survivor Series.
He's probably not gonna be at TLC.
He won't be at TLC. And that's the whole problem. Look. If Vince is so fucking dick set on doing Roman and Brock at WrestleMania, did Brock really need to have the title all the way till then?
No.
Like, couldn't Braun have won the title here, and then Roman could have won the title from Braun at the Rumble, and Brock could have won the Royal Rumble, and they could have still done the same damn match at WrestleMania? Like, did Brock really need to hold the title till he's going to hold the title to Mania?
Yeah, you're not going to like this.
After this, after what I saw tonight, there's no doubt in my mind that Lesnar's not losing that title until his contract's up at WrestleMania in New Orleans. He's dropping the title to Roman, and that's what we're going to get. And it just fucking sucks that it's so goddamn predictable.
You're probably not going to like this, but I think Survivor Series is probably going to be Lesnar and Finn Balor.
Oh, my God.
I think Balor finally gets his chance.
I really hope not. I really hope not.
I'm afraid that I think that's what they're going to go with, is Balor's going to get his chance to regain what he never lost, and, well, then he'll lose it. But he'll lose at Survivor Series, of course, so. Just how I feel Vince is going to book things.
You're just out here trying to ruin my night, dog.
No, I'm just out here trying to guess what Vince is going to do.
Oh, my God.
And on that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard, hit that subscribe button, and you'll know every new time a new episode comes your way. Every Thursday, most Mondays after a WWE pay-per-view. We're also subscribable on the YouTube. Links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Go to the notes section there, or also on our pinned tweet on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast, where we share a lot of the great tweets from the wrestling world. Matt's on the Twitter at Raw Showtime. I am on the Twitter at JB Huskers. And before we ride off into the sunset, Matt, what are your final thoughts?
The sooner Vince goes away from WWE, the better off we'll all be. And the company as a whole.
Amen. For Matt, this is Jeremy. Thanks for tuning in to Lost in the Midcard. We'll be back at you on Thursday.